Today's horoscope, Cancer September 16th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. You might perform a generous act behind the scenes or anonymously, or you could receive unexpected support. Something might surface, such as an unusual coincidence, that brings some joy to your life today. Putting your trust in someone can feel refreshing. You're in a great position to satisfy both your need for familiar, everyday activities with the desire to see and learn more than the usual. At the same time, the day holds wonderful potential for mental focus. You can enjoy a pleasant focus on your current tasks and interests, feeling quite devoted and dedicated. People take you more seriously, perhaps seeking your advice, or a commitment to a project can emerge. Plans are easy to map out, and you feel organized. Living in true alignment with your heart's desires is the name of the game today. As our lesser benefic Venus and greater benefic Jupiter engage in a heaven's dance, you will feel as if you are pirouetting in a daydream. Revel in the sweetness of the moment, and don't work yourself to the bone. In fact, cut out of work early to have an indulgent meal or feast on an entertaining event such as a movie, play, or live performance. Bring someone you adore along, and you, too, will find yourself living in the moment with sweet emotions that may become lifelong memories. Success is not easy to attain. You have to do something significant, as Mars in your sign squares the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra. Usually, you like to play it safe. However, this may have led to stagnancy in your career path in the past. If you do not want to feel stuck, then you have to do something. You will need to be action-oriented and ambitious to see your career path move into a new direction. Do not hold yourself back from something great. Waiting for the right time can be good advice, but not with regard to developing healthy habits to live by. You need to eat 3 meals a day with healthy snacks in between, fresh fruit, for example. You need to sleep like a baby, and there are ways to create more successful sleeping habits if you need help. You need to drink enough water to keep your immune system strong and your elimination process in tune. These are things that do not benefit from waiting. The vibrations of the moment will bring some constraints that you will have difficulties escaping from. This isn't serious because your faculties for adaptation and your natural good humor will allow you to be on top of events. It's true that you have less punch than during the last few days, but you are still in reasonable shape. So, the day may be a little rough, but you will find solace in your sentimental life, or you are having success. You have the desire to conquer, so this period will be very favorable. As she prepares to enter her final week in your home and family sector, she continues to focus on making your home a place where your heart resides. A favorable aspect to Jupiter in a nostalgic, reflective, intuitive, and imaginative part of your chart is peaking. With the stars aligned favorably for communication and relationships, this encourages you to take off your work hat over the weekend and concentrate on what truly matters. As an eclipsing full moon approaches in an adventurous part of your chart, you are beginning to realize that life doesn't have to be all work and no play. Thanks to the moon's departure from your relationship sector yesterday and a friendly aspect to both the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication in your communication sector as it moved through, this has left you more emotionally engaged and aware and with a better chance to give your relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. This wasn't just the moon's first visit since Pluto returned to your relationship sector, but the last before all planetary activity on the communication front for the year runs its course. Daily Planetary Overview. Have you ever found yourself second-guessing a decision you once felt so sure about? It's natural to feel confident in your choices initially, especially when everything seems to line up perfectly. You can envision the path ahead, whether it's in a relationship, career, or a personal goal, and it feels right in the moment. But then, as time goes on, doubt creeps in, and you begin to overthink. Did I really make the right decision? Is this the right direction for me? This tug-of-war between certainty and uncertainty is something many of us experience, especially when Mars in Cancer squares the South Node of Karma and the North Node of Fate. It's a moment where you might feel unsure about your choices, wondering if they will lead you to where you need to be. But here's the thing, Euro life is full of unknowns, and sometimes, you simply won't know where your decisions will take you until you see how everything unfolds. It's okay to feel unsure. It's part of the process of growth and discovery. Have you ever looked back at a situation where you were uncertain, only to realize later that it all worked out in a way you couldn't have anticipated? Trust that this could be one of those moments. Allow yourself the grace to let the future reveal itself in its own time. However, it's important to remember that you can't force things to happen before they're ready. Sometimes we want something so badly that we push too hard, only to find that it doesn't fulfill us the way we thought it would. If you've been chasing something that doesn't quite align with your needs, today is a reminder to pause and reassess. Is it really what you want, or are you clinging to it out of habit or fear of change? Give yourself permission to let go of things that aren't serving you, and you might find that new, more meaningful opportunities come your way. Speaking of new opportunities, you're likely to be surrounded by fresh ideas and unconventional proposals. It's as if the universe is throwing open a door and saying, "Look at all these possibilities." Even if the old methods or familiar paths have worked for you in the past, it's a good idea to keep your options open. People around you may offer perspectives you hadn't considered before, and those insights could help you see things in a completely new light. Have you ever had someone point out a connection or possibility that you'd overlooked, only for it to completely shift your approach? That's the kind of energy you're working with today. Stay open, because what seems unconventional might just be the key to unlocking something amazing. On the financial front, things are looking bright. You've got a sharp sense of how to negotiate and make the most of your resources. Have you noticed how lately you've been able to turn even small opportunities into something bigger? Today, more doors may open, especially when it comes to making new contacts. These new relationships could prove to be valuable down the road, so take the time to nurture them. Trust your instincts when it comes to finances. If something doesn't feel right, you'll know it, and you can steer clear of any potential missteps. Ultimately, today is all about finding balance. You're in a powerful position to move forward with grace and confidence, but it's also a day to reflect, reassess, and stay open to the unexpected. Have you ever been in a situation where you thought you had everything figured out, only to have a surprise opportunity or insight completely change your direction for the better? That could be today. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are there any decisions you've been second-guessing lately? How do you usually handle moments of uncertainty? Let's start a conversation and support each other through the twists and turns of life's journey. After all, we're all navigating this together, and sometimes, just knowing you're not alone in your experience can be incredibly empowering.